Hello everybody and welcome back to France. And we are actually, not only does it says looming disaster, but this one's actually going away. We're actually in the middle of court and country disaster. So this disaster needs to be active for 10 years and it'll go away. And it just started, I think. So we need, literally, we're going to be in this disaster for the next 10 years. But I think we might be able to get some benefits from this disaster. We actually triggered this semi-intentionally, I think. We're going to have a huge uprising in Norway. However, we're ready for that here. Where does it actually look like the highest development area? This is 14. Oslo, 14. That's probably the winner here. I suspect we'll be getting them in Oslo. We have a good leader, so we'll just let them spawn in. Well, let's actually move. How many troops is this going to be? Because it should give us an estimate here. 42,000. Okay. Let's get these guys over here. We might need some more guys. The other rebellion that we have going on here is in this place. And we're ready for them. We're ready for them. Which is good. Alternatively, we have some in the Congo, but that'll actually, we'll be able to take care of that. Once we take care of this rebellion, we'll be able to take care of this rebellion pretty easily. The French peasants, I don't know if this is actually going to be much of a threat. Why are you guys upset? Separatism, even though this is our culture and religion, a little bit of separatism there. You know what? I have a feeling like this isn't going to happen. It says 8 years. The separatism is going to go down before then. So, and it's going to, every year, half of one unrest, right? Or like 0.5 separatism goes down every year. So if this is saying that it's estimating this will take 8 years to fire, well, in 8 years, 4 separatism will go down. There isn't even 4 unrest here. So that's going to go down to 0. That's not going to be a problem. Same thing here. None of these other ones are going to be a problem. I don't think. Yeah, we'll be fine. Although Oldenburg, that's kind of a weird thing because we've had this for a long time. This is probably because it's Protestant, and we'll be able to convert it in 15 years. So we're gonna have some issues there potentially, but we'll be okay. So we got tons of money right now. Now we're not making any money because the disaster that we're in. Wow, 100% army professionalism. That is fantastic to see. That is fantastic. Have we actually looked at what this gives us? 20% siege ability, 10% fire damage, 10% shock damage, 50% reduced general cost. Ooh, there it is. 23 military power to get a general instead of 50. Reduced morale damage taken by reserves. Okay, so when we build troops, they come in with more morale. And also we have a 100% army drill modifier, so we can drill our armies up to max drill much faster. Speaking of which, yeah, they're drilling. You guys should be drilling. Let's pay a little bit and get a general up in here and have them drill. Get everybody drilling. These are already max drill. Wow, look at that. Already max drill. I think it takes us literally 4 years. 4 years of drilling to get max drill. That is bonkers. Don't we have some troops over the New World? Let's check really quick where our troops are at here. Okay, we got 7,000 here. We don't really need these mercenaries, but the fact we've already bought them is fine. No, we don't need these mercenaries. Let's build regular troops. We have tons of manpower. And let's get rid of these mercs. Because now we're actually losing money. And the regular troops are much cheaper, but they cost manpower, right? Mercenaries are good if you either need to raise them quickly or you don't have manpower. But in this case, we have manpower and we're not in a rush to raise them. So we do need this bit here. Let's get a claim going on this guy. We already have one going on him, or spy network, I mean. Looks like we're already building the spy network there. Okay, so that's the last native in this area. These are wasteland areas. That's right, we should be working on Alaska. What colonies are we actually building right now? That's right, we're kind of thinking that if we can do this for our colonial nation, that might get the colonial nation going down here. Because otherwise they're kind of twiddling their thumbs right now, it looks like. It seems like they're not smart enough to colonize non-adjacent, like, you know, to land that literally isn't connecting. So I think once we colonize this, that'll let them colonize all this. I don't know. We'll have to help them out a bit. I don't know. It's not super important whether that gets fully finished or not, but it'd be kind of pretty if it was. So here we're gonna have colonial. We're gonna have Australia all done. And right now it's going to be all to ourselves. Although I think we have the Mamluks actually coming down here, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, we have the Mamluks making a play to get into Indonesia. So for now we're going to have, once these finish here, we'll have French Australia. And then this is also part of French Australia, the region. And by having this one done, again, eventually the colonial nation will be able to get all of this, and they'll be able to sort of fill in Australia by themselves. So those look like two pretty good provinces. Wait, we're doing two here. Or are we doing this one? We have troops here. I suspect that we took this one in a war. I suspect we just seized that one in a war, but I can't actually remember exactly. Okay, and there's our other one there. Okay, so we're just doing a little bit of cleanup, nothing crazy. We do probably need to focus more on Africa, sealing up some of these areas here, and just sort of having that all cut off from, so that no one else can claim any of that land. Okay, spy networks. What should we be doing with our diplomats, or where should we be building spy networks? The funny thing, here's the interesting thing, guys. There's a feature, I don't know, have we used threaten war yet? We have claims on somebody. We can actually threaten war. And look at this, haha, the Netherlands will actually let us threaten war. Heck, they'll give us Brussels for crying out loud, which is kind of crazy. That's a 25 development province. That's how terrified they are of us. That's insane. That is actually bonkers. That would give us a connection here. That looks good to me. We could threaten war for Brussels, and the AI, it's saying that they'll give it to us. The only thing that's kind of annoying here is, aren't we trying to sort of culture convert this stuff? We've got this to, nice, we got that to French. We work on this. We would actually get a bonus if there was an adjacency. I think we'd get a 25 cost bonus. It's a little bit of aggressive expansion, barely any. They lose a little bit of prestige. I don't think we're going to be attacking the Netherlands anytime soon, so I think, sure, let's just kind of whittle them down with threats of war. That sounds cool to me. We'll get Brussels there in a second. And it'd be kind of interesting to threaten war for this province here. We actually need this province, which is why we're actually building a network here. And because Brunswick is actually spread here, here, and here, and their capital is actually here, they would probably give this to us if we threaten them. They would probably give this to us, unless they try to somehow factor in Austria. Oh, it's Brandenburg's the emperor. Brandenburg is the emperor, and look at the votes. Look how split these are. That's insane. No one's... Seriously, right now Trier is getting the votes, because for some reason Why is Brandenburg not voting for themselves? It's crazy. Crazy what's going on right now. So we actually need this province here, though. Are we friends with Brandenburg? We are still friends with Brandenburg. Okay, we need to butter them up. They're getting a little bit upset. I don't think... Oh, man. Are they going to count this as HRE land? They do. We didn't consider that. Let's get Brandenburg buttered up here. We're building the spy network for this because we do need that. I would like to attack and get more land here because this is part of the Lübeck node, right? The more we control in Lübeck, the more we can push down to the English Channel. It's going to be a big deal. Technically, we want this province too because it's the center of trade in the English Channel. So let's get something on Trier. We might be able to threaten war for this one. So we don't have to actually do a big, huge war. Finally, we really need Muscovy to start getting some claims on Russia. Okay, they're doing a good job, but we need them to get this one. Because that's the actual... This is the actual one that we would take in a connection to Moscow. Okay. So diplomats look good. We've looked at the armies a bit. We could double check all of them. Those guys are ready for a rebellion. These guys are not doing anything. They're drilling. Okay, that's fine. And they're kind of ready for these rebellions too. You guys are drilling now. Oh, they're at 100 drill too. Dang, okay. Crazy. You guys don't need to be here specifically. Like, we can grab you guys and we could bring you over. Where do we want to attack now? Portugal's going back in for this land again. We don't really have a foothold on South America proper at all. I think we bring them over here. That's right. We do need to consider going to war with one of these native countries here. Yeah, let's go. Let's let it run for 2 days. Let's get claims on... I thought we had claims. Okay, we have claims. Our colonial nation doesn't, but we have claims on these bits. Yeah, we should definitely be attacking the Sioux here if we can. We have claims on these. Actually, yeah, bring them up here. This is probably what we'll probably be attacking into here before we do anything in Mexico. It'll probably be easier just to attack here. The alliance network of these guys is... not a problem. Yeah, I believe this is... I just leave them there. So right now we're going to have a revolt here according to this thing. We just need to make sure they're not drilling and they can get up to get their morale up here quickly. We need to court. We threatened war for this, so now we need to court. Hopefully Brandenburg isn't going to ask for that. Because we're allied with Brandenburg, they're the emperor. They can ask for us to return this to HRE. But again, because we're allied to Brandenburg, they shouldn't actually ask us. They should just be... They should let it slide. Usually, if you're allied with the emperor, they let it slide. Are we not working on an idea group? Okay, Hex 17, we get a new idea group, and I can't remember what we've thought about what to do. I think we're going to take a military idea group. Get even stronger in that sense. Economy. Okay, we're sorry guys. Another one of those crazy episodes where we don't unpause the game, huh? We basically... No, we have not built up to our force limit. We can build another 20,000 troops. We don't necessarily have the economy to do that right now. Let's build some buildings, though, to potentially boost the economy. Ooh, these are some big numbers. But yeah, that's right. We're not sure. Well, we definitely want this in Cambridge. Let's go to the workshop here, actually, and see what we can get going here. Gold Coast. See, the thing is, if we build this in the Gold Coast, then we can't build a manufacturer because there's only one building slot here, isn't there? I don't know, because this is 75% autonomy. Wait, what? Wait, the autonomy is 0? So if you make this a trade company, the autonomy goes to 0. We've stated Congo too. Okay. Where's Hampshire? Sounds like it could be in England or it could be in the New World. I wonder why we're getting such a big number there. For fish, of all things. So I'm looking here, I'm seeing how many building slots are available, right? And we have a lot of building slots available, so I'm willing to build the workshops. And then once the workshops are built where it makes sense to build them, then we can come in and build these manufactories, again, where it makes sense to build them. So actually, it looks like we got a lot of good places just within our nation here to build these. These are some big numbers here. Some huge numbers. I don't know how this actually like affects us though, because these are part of the trade company. So I'm not sure. Hey, you know what? Let's not question it. Let's not question it. Here though, where's Gabu? So what do we have here? We already have a workshop. Okay. So we already have a workshop, so yes, let's build a manufacturer here. The only thing is we definitely want a lot of manufacturers in France proper, because this is how the institution's going to spread to us. We're also going to need to build a bunch of universities, which we have now unlocked. Okay. Yeah, I know, we're kind of chilling here. So the cool thing about the university is it adds a building slot, right? So you can build it. You can build it anywhere. Even though this says that there's no building room, you can still build it in these areas because it adds a slot. So, and that actually applies. I didn't know this until very recently, but that actually applies immediately. It actually applies immediately as soon as you build it. So you can build it into a spot that says it doesn't otherwise have room. Now the question about the university, what it actually does is, one, it helps us with the Age of Enlightenment. Actually, is it called the Age of Enlightenment? No, the Age of Revolutions. It helps us with the Enlightenment institution. If we look here, we got Enlightenment here. So in the year 1700, having more universities increases the chance that it'll spawn in our nation. And it'll also increase how fast this spreads through our nation by having more, again, more universities. So we really do need to eventually build up. We have a lot of time to build them. But they also, the other thing that the university does is it reduces local development costs by 20%. So if we can find some areas that we're eventually going to want to develop, some areas that are maybe already cheap to develop as it is, like Chester, for example. If we look at Chester here. It's owned by the nobility. Which, to be honest, we could just yank that back if we wanted to. In fact, let's just preemptively yank that back, because Chester looks like it's going to be a good spot to develop. Oldenburg. That's here. Although, we made this a state. Why we did that? It's fine. Yeah, I think we want universities here and in Chester. Let's get those universities up for now. So this is going to make it super cheap to develop in these areas, which will be cool. But for the most part, we're probably just going to want to build a bunch of them in our homeland here, in the grasslands, the farmland specifically. All of these areas should be pretty cheap for developing. So we just want to build a bunch of universities here. We want to get a lot of those areas, and up here, we want to get a lot of those areas up to 20 development is the magic number. By developing those provinces, they'll be richer. Okay, so that's good. I didn't put them all literally on one stack. That's right. We kind of forgot that those guys were on the way, though, didn't we? Let's bring them in here. Actually, let's just land them direct. 5 absolutism and 21,000 manpower. That is cool. Or we could get 5 absolutism, 10 legitimacy, and 10 prestige. We don't need the manpower. Actually don't need 20,000 manpower. We're pretty much at our cap. This costs us money though, which we just spent. We just spent a bunch of money. What we're doing is we're bringing people in by boat here. Let's send these guys over. Let's see if they make it in time. They'll get reinforced by the boats. In fact, we might not even need them. The boat's gonna make it. We don't even need them. We're the French. We're the French. We're fine. Everything is fine. Okay, we're ready for these troops. Then we're gonna go over and head over and be ready for the... Okay. Five absolutism is good, although we're already kind of at our cap here. The other tricky thing to think about is that's way over here, I believe. And we're waiting for a rebellion over here already. How long does this last? 10 years? Monthly autonomy change? Let's, okay, we got a lot of menus here that we're trying to sort through here. Let's just chill out for a second. So we're getting a bunch of manpower because we don't have the money to do the bottom option. I actually completely forgot that we're losing money big time. So we're actually going to be taking a loan out here, but that should be okay. We should be making a lot more money once some of these buildings that we just built get built, because that's going to feed right back into our economy. The legitimacy actually wouldn't be the end of the world, and the prestige would be decent right now, but we'll be okay. Let's actually utilize... Oh, we can't utilize. We're going to be taking a loan no matter what. Let's grab a loan. 1,000 ducat loan. It's fine. Totally fine. Let's now build... Let's spend manpower and build up to our force limit, because we're going to be getting a bunch of manpower. Whatever we can't see... Yeah, 20, we could do 20 builds. Maybe we, you know, just build a little bit of a composition. Yeah, what the heck, let's just take this template, build it. Means we're going to be a little over our force limit. Okay, now that we've done that, we've spent a bunch of manpower, we can hit that button. Booyah. Get a lot of manpower back. Yep. Yeah, let's get the royal marriage with Brandenburg. I don't think we're actually going to want... We're not going to want to fight this. If we look at our absolutism, we got 10 years. These events seem to be firing fast. Firing fast. So honestly, let's just take the monthly autonomy change here. Let's not fight those rebels. We're going to have plenty of absolutism by the time this is over, I suspect. These are still building up their morale so they can fight those. Let's tax the sugar. Make some more money that way. Start doing some conversions. Make everybody happy, give them all. So we're kind of watching our diplomats over here, right? We're watching our diplomats over here, making sure that we're not getting to 20, because 20 is the magic number for us to get those claims. Without too much trouble. Looks like they are done. Why don't you guys actually head over here? Kind of weird that these guys here are just kind of going back and forth, being weird like that. Let's drill in Paris. Losing a lot of money. A lot of money, but we'll be okay. That air is unacceptable. That air is... Oh, we finished something down here. That's going to net us a little bit more money. I didn't know we were even working on something up there. We got this one. Still working on this one. And those two. Huh. Yeah, this, that air is unacceptable, so we need to do something about that. We could go to war here, if we had a diplomat. We will go back and make them happy in a second. We need that diplomat for now. These guys are still upset with us, but that's okay. That's actually a big reason why we're not making a lot of money. Because this is a minus trade modifier, where usually they give us a positive trade modifier if they're happy with us. Why can't we hit this button? Oh, we're 15 years away from being able to hit that button. Okay. We have an Inquisitor? We do not. So we're actually doing the conversions here pretty quick without an Inquisitor. We didn't go religious, did we? No, we didn't. Huh, cool. That's kind of neat that we're getting those done easily enough. We can invest in technology, but we're way ahead of time. Rebellions. Yep, we're still waiting on that. Still waiting on that. We need to reinforce our troops. That's okay. We're spending extra money to do it. That makes sense. Truces are ending with various nations. Munster, Mainz, Russia. Russia, actually. A bunch of nations sort of without heirs and such. If we had the extra relation slot, we could actually try to sneak something. Because what happens is, on monarch death, there'd be a royal marriage between Trier and Brandenburg. Do we have an available slot here? Why are we allied with Tunis? Why did we do that? Seriously. We don't need them. we really do not need these guys. Was it like, it was probably to like beat up Portugal or something. No. That's a waste of time. That is a complete waste of time. What else do we got going on here? Alliance with the Papal State, alliance with Brandenburg, alliance with Poland. Hungary is our junior partner and Novgorod is our vassal. Let's actually just sneak something here. Getting a PU over Trier would be kind of interesting. That would be very interesting. So all this is telling us is that these are the nations that have low prestige and no heir. We can see Munster, actually, who is not large enough to matter, but Munster. Yeah, let's try this just for fun. Maybe we get lucky. This would be kind of nice to have all this land here. So yeah, let's just grab the royal marriage. That's all we have to do. Just grab the royal marriage, and there's a chance. There's a chance that if their leader dies, we might inherit them. So that would be awesome. Alright guys, I think we're going to take a pause here. We did a little bit. It wasn't super crazy, but we did a little bit. We know what to do now. We're going to get right back into it with the next episode. But thank you so much, everybody. I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching.